Right, let's see if this works. Hope we're all live. And people can see what I'm doing. I'm not sure yet, so let's find out. So I'm going to do a live stream of some 3D designing. First I have to, sorry, I have to, yeah, that works. Find the link here. Sorry for the noise, my window is open and the washing machine is working, which you might be able to hear. Sorry for the noise, my window is open and oh, that's twice. Don't. Why am I hearing myself twice? Okay, my bad. Right. Okay, let's share a link here. Live 3D designing. ZX Spectrum rubber feet. Let's say ZX Spectrum Plus or Toastrack. Let's see if this will work. I hope it will. I'm feeling like a mess at the moment because of the hay fever that I'm coping with every year for about 2 months. So it will make me very grumpy, but anyway, we'll live. And I just wanted to share this with you. I hope not too many people are. Hey, Steve. I saw your messages a second ago, but I was preparing for this stream, so sorry about that. We'll respond later. Let's see. Right. Just a short message in between. I just ordered a awesome silver sovereign calculator from Sinclair. Not sure of its date, original date. But anyway, I just ordered it for quite an amount. But anyway, I think it's worth the money I pay for it. Let's see if this works because I want to see the chat as well. Yeah, I think this will work. If I'm making funny noises, again, that's the hay fever. I'm coping with it a lot. Anyway, this is Tinkercad. It's from Autodesk, which makes lots of programs nowadays. You can hear I'm not completely well. Like Eagle, also bought by Autodesk, the electronics design suite. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is design this small, let me check if you can see it, yeah, this small rubber feet for the ZX Spectrum Plus or Toastrack. I think you've seen it. Many of you probably know because almost everyone I know from the people who are watching has a ZX Spectrum Plus or a Toastrack. Who wouldn't like having a Toastrack? I still have 8 or 10. I'm not sure. I have to check. But they need time and some TLC, you know. So Tinkercad is completely free. It's a web browser based, so you don't have to install anything. You just need a PC with a Google, or I think it even runs in Internet Explorer, but I'm using Chrome. And let me think what I wanted to say. I don't think you need a fast PC, but if you are making a complex design with lots of details, then maybe your internet connection will suffer a bit, and the build-up of the elements on the screen will be a bit slow. I'm not sure if that is due to browser or CPU or just your internet connection, but I've seen it a couple of times. But anyway, I like this package because it's online and it's free and you can do lots of stuff with it. I hope it's watchable well on on the screen capture, I think it's on 60 Hz, so I think it should be a bit fluent. Let me know if it's not fluent, but I think it is because when I'm looking at the preview, it's quite alright. So for what we're going to do is we're going to add a cylinder here. That's easy, and I'm going to measure the size of the original one, which is 12 millimeters. I know it's not exactly precise, but for the first test, I really don't bother. So you can just enter 12 here. So next is the height, and then we're going to remove stuff. I think is that the best way to go? No, it's not. Let's just do the ground part first, which is just over 2 millimeters. I guess it's 2.5. So we'll make this 2.5 then, 2.5. And then there's a small, let's call it a neck, which you can do. Of course, you can zoom in. That's easy. You can just put it above the other part, but you will see here that it's not connected now because I'm stepping with 1 millimeter steps, which you can edit. Oh, you cannot see it because my beautiful head is over the thing in the corner here. You can put it on 0.5 millimeters, and then you can just put it down with the arrow. If you touch the arrow, you have to be spot on the arrow, but you can use that to lower or heighten the piece, the component. Man. Alright, next thing is I'm going to watch it from the top so I can align it properly, and then I'm going to measure what the size of this should be, and that is 7 millimeters. So let's make it 7. It's so easy. Now the question is, can I align it still? Because yeah, I think it is, because I just put it on snaps of 0.5 millimeter, so I can use the arrow keys on my keyboard as well. So it's now, I think, completely aligned in the middle. Yeah, I think it is. And we can check it later on by some other methods, but anyway, this is one method. Next thing is the top part, which is a cone, part of a cone. I'm not sure if you can see it here. Yeah, you can see it. It's not sharp, but anyway, you can see it. So I'm going to use the cone for it, which I have here. And of course I need to find out what the original height should be so I can make an estimate of the angle of the cone. And I guess the original height is about 7 or 8 millimeters. I don't think it has to be quite exact, but if I'm looking here, then I guess it's, well, maybe less, 6 or 7 maybe. I think it's 7, so let's make it 7. So what we're going to do here is we make this 7, then we do the base size, which is 1 centimeter, if I'm correct. Yes, so it's 10, 9.5 or 10. No, it's 10. So let's make it 10. And I think you may think this looks easy, but it is quite easy. It's just a matter of doing it and getting some experience with a package like this. And I think if you get to know a package like this, it will work on a lot of 3D packages, because you can also use Fusion 360, for example, for these kinds of things. So what we have here is almost the same object as the original rubber feet, except of course the top of the cone is cut off. Let's measure that again, and that's 2 or just over 2.5 millimeters here. So we need something to cut it off, and we can use this transparent box here. I will show you what it does in a second. So we're going to move it up, and now I'm thinking of how I can make sure. Let's make this 5, and this will be 5 as well, and a bit lower, please, because it's way too high. Now it's too small, so let's make it 8 and 8 and 8. Is 1 amp too low for a power supply for Harlequin 48K? No, 1 amp is enough, because the Harlequin 48K only uses, I think, 0.4 amperes or something. Maybe less even, but if you're using a different machine interface, for example, it will be a bit more. And there is a document with some power measurements. Oh, I'm typing completely wrong here. Let's see if we can find a document. think I called it power considerations, I think, something like that. I think I should rename the document, but anyway. Let's see if there's a Harlequin board on there. No, there's not. So I think I have to add that information, but anyway, can I answer your question partially, because it shows the power usage of several interfaces for the ZX Spectrum. So let's continue. What did I say? I said 2.5 millimeter, I think. Now the question is, how can I measure if it's 2.5 millimeters? There are several ways. I can, for example, use this workplace item here and put it on the side of the part I just added. And then I can put a ruler exactly on the top left part of the cone, and then I want to know, well, you can see here, for example, it's 3 millimeters away from the transparent block I'm adding, so the transparent block should be just a bit lower, so 2.5 it says now here. So I can see the distance between the block and the cone itself. The bottom of the cone is 2.5 millimeters, so I just have to align the, can remove the workplace again, and I can remove the ruler, which has a small X to remove it. So, and I can see it's not high enough, so I'm going to heighten it a bit. Right, so the cone is now covered with this transparent block, and if I combine the two with the group button here, then you will see that the top part will be gone in a second. Yeah, there it is. So, this is exactly a rubber feed of a ZX Spectrum, except for one thing, and of course that is the hole at the bottom. Oh man, sorry. Do you use a printer with silicon filament? No, I'm not using a printer. I don't have a 3D printer. I have a pick and place machine with similar parts, but I'm only printing at 3D printing services which use a laser sintering process. And most of the time I use Materialize because they're the cheapest for the volume I need. So just head over to i.materialize.com and check out that website, and they can print about all material you can imagine. So of course plastics, metals, gold, silver, rubber-like, and a lot more. So about everything you can imagine, and it's not cheap because 3D printing is expensive when you do this way, because it's between printing at home and injection molding cases. So the quality is better than printing at home. I will just show the website here, but it's not the same, of course, as using a injection mold. But it's very nice for lower volumes of cases, for example, that I use for my products that are available at zxspectrum.shop. Alright, so let's add a hole. The diameter of the hole is 4 millimeters. So we will use kind of the same object as the transparent box, but this time, of course, is a transparent cylinder, as you can see here. And what did it say? 4 millimeters, I think. So let's make it 4. I really enjoy doing this because it's just cool. So I just align it, and of course I have to lower it for quite a bit. And now the question is, how deep is it? That's a good one. But again, I'm not doing it exact on the micrometer. I'm just doing my best to make it as close as the original, and I think that's good enough. So this is 4 millimeter deep, and this is just some bit of fun. There's a 2 on the top of the. I'm not sure if you can see it. There's the number 2 printed. So maybe I can add the letter B for ByteDelight. I think it's cool. We'll just do that in a second. So this must be about 4 millimeters, but I'm going to put it down. Then I'm going to make this 5 millimeters, and then of course it has to stick out only 1. And you can exactly see here that it's sticking out 1 millimeter, which is just fine. So what I'm going to do now first is combine the 3 solid pieces, and then I'm going to combine it again with the hey, it doesn't work. Or doesn't it work? It should work. With the, yeah, it works. With the hole, and now you can see we have a perfect hole here. So we're almost done. Not completely, because first I want to make this black because it looks better. Or maybe gray, dark gray then. So now you can see all the details of the part. And you can if you close your eyes a bit, you can see it's a rubber feet from ZX Spectrum. Anyway, this is almost the same as the original, except the original has a small line around the bottom, and the question is, should I make an indent there, or should I just add a line? I think I should make an indent. So I'm going to use the cylinder again, and I'm going to make it, what is it, a millimeter each? Yeah, it is. So it will be 11 millimeters. I'm not sure what I did the other outside, but just make it 11 and we'll see how it aligns. And I'm going to lower it now. And at the other side, this is more easy. Right? You have, of course, you have to get used to using this software with your mouse, and it can be a bit of a hassle because that's the main difference between the different packages, that they all have different ways of using the mouse. And so, okay, it's a half a millimeter depth, so I made the transparent thingy a half a millimeter. So if I'm going to push it in like this and I'm going to grab it again, you will see now, oh, that's way too much. What did I do wrong here? It's not a millimeter high, I guess. No, it's 2.5. Should be 1 millimeter. So I'm going to do that again. Oh, that's wrong. Where is it? It just disappeared. Here it is. Right. Yeah, we're almost there. There it is again. So now it should be only 1 millimeter. Check the thickness. Okay, and I'm going to group it again. And let's see, and we have a nice circle around and an indent again, and the hole, so it's complete. And of course I'm going to add the letter because we can. Let's make it a B. B. No, that's a V. Man, come on, type correctly. Font. Yeah, that B is nice. And we can either change the height here, or we can just use this. Oh, I'm going to improve the B in a second. What we could have done, by the way, we'll show you because it's better. You can put a workplane above, on top of the part itself, as you can see here, which makes it a lot easier to position the text just up on top of the other components. No capitals, please. Thank you. Right, and now smaller. It's a coincidence that it's my first letter for my name as well, of course, but it is. So just, oh, this is too small. A bit bigger, please. And now I have to align it properly. How large will I make it? Well, the 2 is very large, so I want to make it like this. It's not aligned. I think it's better to make it a bit bigger. B from bigger. Oh, let's make the snap a bit smaller because I want to put it in the middle. So I think it's nice. There's a B on top. And it's half a millimeter again. I think that's good. Can you print rubber? Yes, I can print rubber, but not on my printer because I don't have a 3D printer. Recessed? No, it's not recessed. It's on top of the original feed, so I'm just going to put this on top, same as the original. I can group it again, of course, and then it will become one color, not the color I want, so I'm going to change it to gray. So this is a rubber feed for a ZX Spectrum, it's Plus or Toastrack. And now if I order only one, I can show you. Let me just show you. Let's create an STL for it. That's the file format for that Materialize uses. me check before I show you what I want to show you. Can I? I'm not sure if I can use Materialize logged out, but I will try. So I'm going to log out, sign out, and then I'm going to upload a 3D model, and I think we will see. Yeah, we can do this. So this is this website of Materialize. Let's put the STL file here. Blop. It's automatically named it. What's the name? Oh, it's Spectacular Jarve. No idea why. Anyway, you can see the same object here. So it's very small. It's 12 by 12 millimeters and 8 millimeters high, and this will cost me 12 or almost 13 euro, which is way too much, of course. But it's just to show you. Oh, that's even for plastic. Let me select rubber. Rubber will be more expensive. Oh, it's less. I didn't know. I would expect it more, but anyway, like, I think it's due to setup cost or something. Let's get back to the chat. The underneath, you didn't see the comment. What did I miss? Recess. The underneath, you didn't see the comment. Oh, that's what the name. Okay, anyway. I need some coffee. I didn't. Of course, I shouldn't work too much on Sundays because my kids want my attention. But I didn't do too much yesterday because I didn't feel well. So I'm going to catch up a bit today because there's a lot of need for these feet. I think it's interesting to try out the result of these. Okay, of course it will be cheaper when you order more. So let's just put 10 here, but it's still 4 euros each. So that's way too much. Well, what's the solution to that? Well, it's easy. If we go back to the design, we just will copy this and we will stick them together with a small piece of material. So we will make a piece of 2 by 1 millimeters, and of course it should be a bit lower, but I think it's the minimum size you must use between parts. And okay, let's just make sure it's only 1 millimeter here. Yeah, now it is. So these parts are connected by a small piece of rubber, which is when it will be printed. And I'm going to copy this several times now. So, of course, I have to check if it's aligned on top. It's not. Or is it? Okay, that's because I think it's because. Let me check. Yeah, I can see it clearly here. So, what is going on? These two aren't aligned. I think I should put back to 2.25 millimeters here. Now these are aligned. These should go up. This one should go up, and then these are aligned. Yes. All right. This is what I wanted. All right. It's not. I think there should be a better way of doing this, but it will work. You know. I will copy this a couple of times in a second, and we will see if the price will change by a lot. Because the only thing I'm interested in at this moment is in buying, for example, 100 pieces at once. So that's what we're going to try here. We're going to make a matrix of 10 by 10 of these and then check the price again. Right, these are 5, of course. So what's the best thing to do here? Should I add 4 more or just 5? And then, yeah, we can do 5. Yeah. And I can choose will I put them to the right or the left, but I like to stick on my work plane here. Stay on, sorry. Yep. Oh, it's not completely right, this, but we'll do that in a second. Let's move this first. And this one has to move a bit to the right first. I don't want to be, I'm a bit over precise maybe, but I want to make the design perfect so we can Because the print, when you print this by the SLS process, laser centric process, there will always be some rough details, so it will not be exactly round, and it's made of small particles of rubber, which are lasered together. Um, so anyway, let me think. What is the best way of doing this? Because now I should have done it a moment ago, but what I'm going to do now is try to. That's not the easiest way. Let me start with. Let's just do one, I think. I have another idea. This will be fun. Let me show you. So what I'm going to do here is rotate this with the rotation. And there's two ways of rotating. If you go outside the circle, you can rotate in any degree you want. If you go inside, you have to snap to the fixed places there, which is very useful, I think. Let's see if those are aligned now. I think so. Yes. So of course I have to remove one, and the letter B is different, but that's of course totally unimportant. So that was the easiest way, I think. So now we can just copy and go on with these. I don't want the last one here. I can remove that. Now we can group this side here, and that will be a lot more easy. So a couple of times. Of course. Let's just ungroup them again, because I need all these parts over there as well. So I think what I want to do is a bit quick and dirty, but it will work. We'll group this. I think it's the most easy way of doing this. Let me show you. Sorry. Oh, that's the wrong one. I need this one. We'll put it over this one, and we'll remove the doubles in a second. I think it's just a quick and dirty way of copying all. So we'll make a matrix by just selecting all of those and putting them over the other ones. And yeah, well, I printed rubber belts actually with the same process. Someone made a design of those, and I printed them, but it doesn't work. This material is way too raw, way too. I'm not sure what the English word is, but anyway, I think you can get it. It's made of small rubber dots, which are lasered together, and it will not work for a rubber belt. For that you need injection molding or something, vacuum molding, I'm not sure, one of the two. And there is someone who has found a factory which makes the belts for him again, but they're not offered separately yet, and that's a pity. I think yes, one. Right, let's see if these are all aligned correctly. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So we're almost done. I'm going to do the same with the. Let's first ungroup these, because the only reason I put these here. Actually, we can. Well, I think I grouped them instead of ungrouping them. It doesn't work. Let's do that again. Let's not do too much at once. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is another dirty thing. I'm going to remove all of these. Not the top one, because I need the top one. There's a reason for that. But I just want to keep the inter connections. I don't want to keep these. There's no reason for that. We'll show you. So many bees. Yeah, Mark, it was yours, wasn't it? It was your belt that was used to recreate, and the new belt was in your printer, and that still pains me that the belts are not available. So I hope someone can make them available in the quality that is needed, and not in the 3D printed quality. But for rubber feet, that will be sufficient. This process, I'm not. there's no need of an injection molding these. The only question is, do they look aesthetically good enough that this can be made available for to sell separately? And of course, what is the price of these? And as I'm doing two things at the same time, I'm leaving a couple behind. I'm making mistakes, but okay. So we're almost done. Now we're going to select the left column here, and only those. Yes, that's perfect. And group them again. Well, I think we could ask Georgia for help, who lives in China at the moment. He's back in his home country. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think he's still here. But anyway, in Europe. But he has done a lot of injection molding in China for the replica cases, of course, for the ZX Spectrum. So maybe he can use the same process for the ZX printer belts, and many people have spoken with him about it already. But I think at the moment he is way too busy with the Omni laptops, ZX Spectrum Omni laptops, if you can call them laptop. But they're quite nice. Right, so we're almost done. We have quite a number of doubles here, so we have to remove a lot. Maybe I could have done this a bit more efficiently, but that will work out. Alright, so the mat of all the rubber feet is ready, except for we have to remove a couple of doubles, and I hope I didn't make mistakes with the design of the feet itself. We'll see that in a moment. I shouldn't make keypads. You should make the belts first. Belts are more important. But I think Georgia, just like myself, tends a bit towards doing the things which are the most fun to make, you know. But I try to prioritize by listening to the community and what the demand is. Right, almost done here, as you can see. Yeah, that's what we'll do. But it's good to bet on several horses, you know. Never do one thing at a time, and even only focusing on Sinclair add-ons like I do, and George as well. Well, of course, he's more business, I think. Isn't the wisest thing to do. So we need more stuff to work on at the same time. Hence, I'm trying to build up a wide variety of components for the ZX Spectrum. And after I'm about done with developing and producing stuff for the ZX Spectrum, I think next year I will focus as well on other retro machines. And if there is not enough work for that, I will focus on other electronic stuff, because I have a pick and place machine, so I use it only for the ZX Spectrum. So I think our mat here is complete. So what do you think of it? It's a complete army of rubber feet here. You can almost feel them, can't you? So let's make a group of these. So now there are one component. Yeah, in a couple of seconds, if Tinkercad catches up. Yeah. Right. Still waiting for the software. I think I'm not sure. I think it runs on the servers from Autodesk. Sorry. So here's the rubber mat in full glory with all the interconnections, and I think it looks just great. So I wonder what this would cost. Are you curious as well? I like this a lot. So let's check it out. Next, do an export Orphan STL again. It will be the version 1 of the file. And let's put it again on this here and select rubber like, and I want black. You can select either to have it black dyed or stay natural. That's hard. Wow, price is way too high. Not sure why, but at least that these are there are 100 of these, so it's not that expensive, you know. No, it is. It is. It's over €1 each at this moment. So what happens if I make 5 of these? It's not that much cheaper. It's a bit cheaper. If I make 10 of these mats, it will cost me over €1,000, which is way too much if you ask me. So what we could do is um, vary with the mat size, because maybe it's too large to print for a decent amount. That's one of the reasons. One thing we can check out. Still, or of course we can go stack them onto each other. That's another idea which we can check. I think that it would be interesting, so we can check that without adding the interconnects. Just put them on top of each other, just for sake of checking the price. But I'm not sure if what causes this high price, because this is, of course, it's so small. It's only 13 by 13 centimeters, so this is it's a ridiculous amount. And I wonder if the price is the same when it's dyed in black, so that doesn't add anything, fortunately. But it's still very expensive. So I want to know, why is it so expensive? At least this is a result, because if we can calculate, we are calculating how much this would cost. So for 1,000 pieces, it will be okay, 1.3 euro, and that's too much. And I'm going to do in the back. I'm going to do something that you guys cannot see, because I have a special link, because I'm a regular customer at Materialize, to get it slightly lower price for these. So let's check what the lower price would be for 10. It's exactly the same. Oh, I'm not signed in. I was signing in. What is this? Let's do it again. Yeah. No, it's a cent price. So I'm not sure why, but I'm not getting a discount on this in any way. So, well, it doesn't matter. Let's sign out again. Okay. So maybe that's because I used the link already, and you shouldn't be able to see the link, otherwise I could get in trouble. Anyway, let's see. What can we do? What I want to know is what happens when we put only make a matrix of 5 by 5. That's the first thing I would like to know. So I'm going to come back to my design here. Yeah, back to my design. Click again. Thank you. Give me a second, please, because I want to go to all my projects and duplicate this design. So now it's duplicated. Copy of spectacular jar. Now I can zoom in again. Yes, so this is the copy. And now I want to remove a lot of these, and only. So we make 2 designs. Maybe it's more interesting to see what happens when you put all of these, when you stack all of these. Oh, come on, computer, work. Yeah, it's finally. Alright, still working. I need to wait. It's still working. It is working. Yeah, okay, it's done working. Okay, we're going to copy this and put them on top of each other. So move them up. I'm not sure what. It's not enough yet. Maybe it's good to look. So I'm just doing it instead of saying what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. All right. It looks well. Looks good. All right. So now I want to lower it just a bit. but not with these steps, but with 0.5 mm steps first to see if that's enough. Yeah, so now it's completely stacked on top of each other. It's aligned properly, as I think. Oh, I'm a bit zoomed in. Now I need to step to the right first. Yes. Okay, it's completely aligned. So we now have 2 stacks, and I'm going to do this 5 times now. So maybe it's useful to. That's not easy enough. Now I'm going to just copy this again. Let's wait a couple of seconds. Yeah, there it is. And oh, it's slow. It's terribly slow. And as I told you, if it's too complex, then it will take some time to have the screen updated. But just a bit more. Right. And now rise without making mistakes, otherwise I have to do this all over again. Right. Doesn't that look funny? It looks funny, doesn't it? No, or there's still some space in between. We shouldn't have space, so now they're on top of each other. So we have 4 stacks on top of each other, but I just to get a price indication. But I'm going to do this again, and just one more maybe. I don't need exactly 1,000, you know. It's just for comparison. Right. It's taking even more time, of course. I get it. I get the point. Are we there yet? And of course, when you're using an offline tool, it will be a lot faster, but I'm so used to using this tool, so I'm just sticking with this. I'm not doing this on a daily basis, you know. So one bit higher, lower, I mean. Right, so 8 stacks of rubber feet. And of course you don't want to print this because you will never be able to get them detached from each other, but it's just for an indication. So I'm not going to make one object because it will take too much time. I'll just export the complete file, and even this takes a bit of time, but we'll see. And let's see what the amount will be now. Preparing model for export. Okay, today please. Guess it will be a big file. Not sure, but we'll see in a second. Few details. I want to see how big the file will be. The previous file was 4 megabytes, and the first one was only 40 kilobytes, 43, not 48. Should have been 48, did you think? So I have to wait. I guess it will be 8 times bigger now, so it will be 32 megabytes now, probably. And I hope at least it will be able to export this. It's not the most complex design I've made so far, so. Come on. Preparing model for export. It will get there. Just have to be patient, but I'm not the most patient person. Especially when I'm grumpy, like now. This takes forever. Hey Jan, good afternoon. Time flies, man. We've been on the stream for 45 minutes almost, again. preparing model for export. It doesn't want to. Still working on this. Let's see if there's something funny on Facebook in the meantime. Oh, it has down, and when I'm looking at the other screen, it finished. Okay. Right, let's get back to materialize. Upload a 3D model. Copy of spectacular giraffe. Ooh, it's a big one. It's a 33 kilobytes. Sorry, megabytes. Rubber light, please. I'm not sure what the maximum size may be, but it's processed by the materialized robot. Whoa, it's €1,000. Oh my god, it's so small. Why is this €1,000? So it's not getting less expensive. I guess it's volume then, the volume that is used. So the cubic centimeters you are using. That's what I think. So here it is. This is the design, but it's way too expensive still. Of course, these are 800 of these. So if you just calculate what the price for each would be, it would be just over €1, which was the same when we made it the smaller one. So what I'm going to do now is make again a smaller. Like I said, I'm going to design a smaller version of this, and so I'm cutting away like over half of this, but this will. Oh, okay, I can do it this way, of course. I will ungroup this first. Just a quick test. Still doing quick tests. Don't want to spend too much time on it because there are plenty of other things to do. So I'm ungrouping. It's still working on ungrouping. I want to watch Orville, but I'm not sure where I can find it here in Holland. I'm not. I'm not using any news net service at the moment. Anyway. Right. I'm just replying to the topic about the Sinclair calculator. I just bought it, as I told you. So just want people to know it's not available anymore on the local Dutch website. It's an awesome piece of history from Sinclair. This is a silver edition, so Chris can't wait for it to receive. I will do an unboxing with a live feed, and I guess I will also do some cleaning and check if it works, and if it doesn't work, I might open it up carefully and make sure it will work again. Oh man, this is taking too long. Still on working on the ungroup function, so I have to wait. Patience is not my best thing. I just told you. Yeah. You can wait, or you can. Yeah, I just want to wait. I wonder what it's doing. So let's see. CPU is quite busy, but I guess it's OBS and other stuff. Don't think it's. Oh, it is Chrome for 25%. It's Chrome, so maybe it is doing a lot on the client. I'm not sure. We could, of course, just end the page and get back to Tinkercad and get the other design which might be a better choice. Let's get back to the other design. Right, tinker this, please. Okay, so here's the smaller design again. Let's make it a 5x5 matrix now. So remove all the stuff here. Hope this will work. Oh, it's not ungrouped yet. I pressed ungroup, did I? Yeah, it is. Oh, I thought it was ungrouped. Anyway, it's now. Let me try to remove the small parts here. Yeah, it worked. Right, the same here. Oh, that went perfectly. No, that went perfect. Sorry. So we now have a 5x5 matrix, and I'm first curious what happens if we export this in an STL file. And yeah, there it is. That went way quicker than the previous attempts. Upload 3D model. So what is the last one? I think it's this one here. I clicked on upload. Come on, man. Let's see if this will be a lot cheaper, but I'm not sure yet. Rubber-like, it's almost 30 euro, and when I want to order 10, it will be 300 euros, 350 euro. So what's the price of each 10? 350 is 25 by 10 to 250. So still expensive. Would it matter if we would stack a couple of on top of each other here? Let's find out. I grouped it, didn't I? Didn't I select it first, maybe? I don't know. Oh, pushing the wrong button. Sorry, my bad. No, Frank, I couldn't stop myself. Is Frank here, by the way? Frank isn't here, isn't he? Anyway. Oh, they're red. Wow. So, one benefit of doing not too many at a time is that it's way quicker. Yep. And I'll put it down. Put it down. Yeah, that's perfect. And let's do some more of these. Oh, that was not what I wanted. Right. Okay, now we have 4 stacks again. I'm going to make this a bit higher, just because we can. And we're going to put on, I don't know, this was the best thing to do, I think. How can I, yes, right, and right. Oh, this is wrong again. First, get to the left. So I guess this will be my final attempt for pricing for now. Of course, we can also use another service from Shapeways, which is a comparable service. There's no distance between the parts. Nope, it's important. So export this to STL. This will be version 3, I guess. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there it is. Version 3. Let's get back to materialize and upload the 3D model, and we'll see what it does. I wonder. Rubber-like. What will it be? 300 euro or something, I guess. Because I still think it's cubic meters, centimeters, millimeters, whatever. It doesn't depend what dimensions you use, as long as it will. Okay, it's 200 euro. So this small piece of rubber will cost me 200 euros. So you can see it's not cheap. But let's check what this would be each. So we have a stack of a matrix of 25, and then what was it? 8 times, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, only 6. So 6 times 25, 150. So come on. So it's still over €1 each, which is not cheap. What did I say? 150. Does this say? 150. So still 1.3 euro each. Well, let's check shape-wise maybe. Yes, shape-wise, can I just calculate price? I just want to upload a file. I don't want to sign in. Why do I have to sign in? I'm not sure. I signed in years ago here, so let me do that off screen because I'm sharing my credentials. Otherwise, I don't like that. So I'm logged in, I guess. Upload a 3D model. Yes, that will work. Let me just first check it and see what happens before doing anything else. Uploading your model. Now analyzing model. Okay, so that's good. Go away. Go away, cookies. Go away, downloads. Right. Croquette. Yes, I like croquettes. Buy your own printer and place it on top of your pick and place machine. No. It would cost me too much time using a 3D printer. I know from other people that it will cost a lot of time to maintain such a machine. Wow, this looks nice. When you can give it a swing and it continues here. That looks cool. It looks cooler than I materialize, if you ask me. It's more fluid. Anyway, bear with us. Due to complexities, it may take several more minutes to finalize. Alright. Let me check if the size is correct. I think one was 12 millimeters, so 5 should be just over 60, which is correct with the intersections there. Completely correct. 64 millimeters is correct. 48 high, okay. I want a price. Give me price. Come on. Blah. I wonder if you can print this yourself. So if anyone wants to try, I will share my design and you can try it yourself. But of course you have to print in rubber, and I don't know many people who have a finance printer with rubber material. I'm not even sure if it will work, because it has to become a fluid when you print it, and then what do you call it? Get hard, get back to the rubber material again. Due to complexities in your model, it may take several minutes. Well, how many minutes then? I want to know. Well, it wouldn't surprise me, Mark, if it was $1 million, because Shapeways is definitely not cheaper than Materialize. I've ordered with Shapeways in the past to try them out. This takes so long. Oh. Could make this an ASMR video if I start whispering. But I don't think you guys are waiting for my voice whispering. Come on, computer, wait. Come on, let's do this. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, it takes so long here. Hello. Awesome. Yeah, so the calculator is already labeled and will be sent tomorrow. Great. This is awesome. that went fast. Let's see what else. Right. I shouldn't buy too much stuff at this moment because I've been ordering so much stuff already. There's one box on the ground here. You cannot see it. I can focus a bit. There's a box there. That box there, which came in last week, and there will be plenty of more stuff coming in, which I will unbox with some live stream. We'll see. Oh man, how much time will this cost? I could just do another page with one of the easier designs. So make a product, build a model, but which one was it? I'm not sure. Let me just find out. So the one piece was the 40. Where is it? The first one, 43 kilobytes, and the 10 by 10 was that one. So maybe this is the 5 by 5 then. Not completely sure. So I have to check. So in the meantime, I'm doing the same with the easier design. Let's see if that's a bit faster than the other one. So this is indeed the 5 by 5. I hope this will finish a bit faster. Come on. We all want to know. Is it affordable or isn't it affordable? Ah, look at that. Right, do they offer rubber? Please. Plastic. Bronze, aluminum, steel. Oh. They do not offer plastic. Sorry, rubber. It's pointless. This is pointless. Alright, well, what else can we do then? I'm not sure because this is too expensive. It's too expensive. Is there a way of adding more parts in the same design? Well, it could be if we rotate them and just put them in between or something, but it will be hard. And I think it's dense enough this way. But what else can we do? Is there another rubber type of material maybe? Nope, there isn't. Is there a way of making this cheaper? Because we can just look at the 3D printing. Let me see, rubber-like. Maybe here are some hints. Pricing info. Oh, look, of course, pricing info, yeah. And there's nothing about pricing here, only details about how to design it. Pricing is based on model volume, just what I said, which is the volume of your model used to calculate the material cost per cubic millimeter. Right. But that's what the amount of material used. So that's interesting. So I guess it doesn't depend on how much space it takes, but just the amount of material which is used. Yeah, maybe plastic is a lot cheaper. Can be, of course, because rubber is another process, another machine, I'm not sure. But this is the price I would have to pay. That's what I know. And what I want to know is there a way of designing it in a smarter way? Because they have some hints and tips. Design guide maybe? Rubber-like. Look. Let's see if there's a hint here which can be used to make it cheaper. This is finishes. It's quite nice to watch this. You can see the granular finish of the product. I think it's good enough for feed, but anyway, design guide. Let's see, wall thickness variations, hollow out your model, and it's not that massive. It's hollow, quite hollow already. Big plate can cause warping, of course. It's rubber. Moving parts, embossed and engraved details. no way, nothing about it, how I can make it cheaper, because I guess it's based on volume and not on anything else. So there's some detailed information about the physical properties of the material used, which is quite interesting, I think. I should read this when I order it for these purposes, because it's good to know how durable it is. But anyway, there's no way of making it cheaper at Materialize. I don't know. I don't see a way of making it cheaper. So you pay for the amount of material used. Um, Mark was sharing a website. I want to check it out, but first I have to know if it's a real website. Let me check. It is rubber3dprinting.com. Sorry for my strange noises here. Cool. It's showing a belt even, which is interesting. But this is printed with filament, as you can see here. That's just one website, you know. Buy now. What does it do? Oh, this is for if you wanted to print it yourself. Okay, this is only filament, so it's for your own 3D printer. So this could be interesting to use for your own printer. Um, I would say no, it's not a point. So use your website. So my conclusion is it's not yet affordable enough for ordering these at Materialize. I'm not even sure if the prices I just saw were including or excluding VAT, but it's not that important. It doesn't matter too much. Um, the thing is, it's too expensive to make these at Materialize. So I would say if there is someone that uses a 3D printer at home and he has some filament that can print the rubber parts, then I would say, could you try this please and see what the result is? I can share the design, it's not a problem at all. Maybe one of you can order a small amount of that rubber material for filament printers, which could be interesting. But I don't have a 3D printer. I'm not going to start with it because it will take too much time. So that's what I think of it. And even the rubber filament, of course, will be expensive. So just have someone has to calculate if it would be interesting enough, and we have to know about the quality of the product. So that's what I'm concluding here, and let me think of what you think in the comments on the video when it's live, and I will share this on Facebook as well, so people can share their thoughts there as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!